I froze for a second. I barely remembered that anymore. Uncle John looked at me seriously. Jack, with skills like yours, you can make a living anywhere. Don't sell yourself short. I nodded and lowered my head to eat. The noodles tasted the same, but they felt different now. Before, every time I came here, I was always in a rush, thinking about system failures, my boss's orders, and unfinished tasks. But today, I ate that bowl of noodles slowly, chewing every bite carefully. After finishing, I gave Uncle John 20 extra bucks. Uncle John, I may not come by often anymore. Please take care. Uncle John pushed the money back. This meal is on me. Jack, remember this. You can't live your whole life just for other people. Walking out of the noodle shop, my eyes got a little wet. Even a small noodle shop owner understood something I only learned after 8 years in a company with thousands of people. I slowly walked down the road beside the company. I had walked this road for 8 years, always in a hurry, never really looking at the view. Only today did I notice the cherry blossoms on both sides of the road. Pale pink petals drifted in the wind. They were beautiful. I took out my phone, snapped a photo, and sent it to Lucy. The weather is really nice today, Lucy replied instantly. You finally have time to look at the sky. I smiled. Yeah, I finally have time to look at the sky. On my first day after quitting, I slept until I woke up naturally. For the first time in 8 years, I didn't need an alarm or worry about work. Lucy made me a big breakfast. We sat on the balcony, eating slowly and talking about our future plans. Lucy suggested, Honey, let's go look at houses. Sure, let's check out that new development. Just as we were about to head out, my phone rang. It was Tom. Jack, sorry to bother you. The system has a small issue. I followed the docs you gave me, but I'm still not sure about a few things. I patiently walked him through the fix over the phone. Even though I had resigned, I couldn't just watch the system fail. It was tied to the power grid safety of the whole province. This was no joke. After fixing the problem, Lucy and I went out to look at houses. That morning, we saw 3 developments. In the end, we picked a 2-bedroom place. We'd need a loan, but at least we'd finally have a home of our own. That afternoon, we went to the bank to handle the loan paperwork. While we were waiting, my phone rang again. It was Tom again. Jack, the system has another problem. This time, the South City substation data is abnormal. I don't know how to handle it. I asked Lucy to wait and stepped aside to take the call. From Tom's description, I figured it was a database sync issue that needed the parameters reconfigured. Tom, follow my steps exactly. I guided him through it in detail. Half an hour later, the issue was fixed. After I hung up, Lucy asked with concern, Work stuff? I said apologetically. Yeah, the system had a small issue. Sorry for making you wait. Lucy shook her head. It's okay. They ran into trouble. Helping them a little is the right thing to do. The next day was Monday. I had planned to send resumes to a few companies, but from the morning on, Tom's calls never stopped. One minute the system had a problem here, the next minute an alarm went off there. Tom was completely overwhelmed. Tom almost begged me on the phone. Jack, why don't you come back? I really can't handle this system. Tom, don't panic. The system has been running for years. It won't collapse that easily. Just follow the process I gave you step by step. But deep down, I knew the system's problems were starting to show. This monitoring system had been running for over 10 years. The equipment was aging, and old software updates had left more and more hidden issues. For 8 years, I had been patching it, using every trick I knew to keep it stable. Now that I was gone, those tricks and experience were gone too, and the problems began surfacing. At 3 p.m., I was interviewing at a software company when my phone suddenly started vibrating like crazy. I glanced at it. It was the company switchboard. They were definitely calling me about the system. The interviewer noticed something was off. Is it urgent? I said awkwardly. Sorry, my old company might be having a technical issue. Go handle it first, we'll wait. The interviewer was very understanding. I stepped out of the interview room and answered the call. Sure enough, it was Tom. His voice was shaking. Jack, something's seriously wrong. The system suddenly crashed and now it won't restart. Provincial dispatch already called to ask what's going on. My heart sank. A system crash was the worst kind of failure. It meant the power grid monitoring for the whole province was down. There was a backup system, but its functions were limited and couldn't fully replace the main system. I tried to stay calm. Don't panic. Start the backup system according to the emergency plan, then check the main system logs and see what happened before the crash. I already started the backup system, but there are too many log files. I don't know where to start. Tom's voice grew more anxious. I could only guide him through checking the logs by phone, but a failure this complex was hard to diagnose remotely. I needed to be on site and use different tools to analyze it. Seeing how long I was on the phone, the interviewer took the initiative and said, Go handle your emergency first. We can reschedule the interview. I apologized repeatedly and hurried away. When I got home, I opened my laptop and remotely connected to the company's system, but remote access was limited, and many deeper problems couldn't be diagnosed. Then the phone rang again. This time it was David. His tone was urgent. Jack, where are you? Get back here and fix the system failure now. Director David, I've already resigned, I answered calmly. So what if you resigned? This is a major problem. You can't just ignore it. I gave all the handover files to Tom. The emergency plan is also written very clearly. David's voice shot up. Those files are useless. Tom can't handle it at all. You have to come back. After a brief silence, I said, Director David, weren't you the one who said technicians are easy to find? That without me, the company would still keep running? David was choked by my words and couldn't say anything for a long time. After I hung up, Lucy looked at me worriedly. Is it serious? It's fine. They can handle it. I didn't want her to worry, but deep down I knew this was only the beginning. The next morning, on my second day after quitting, I went with Lucy to her prenatal checkup. It was the most important exam since she got pregnant, and the doctor needed to check the baby's development. To avoid being disturbed, I put my phone on silent and left it in my bag. The doctor looked at the ultrasound report and smiled.